Okay, mostly TempleOS is a clean, simple operating system with an API that you can get your head around and a lot of elegance. But I do make some, it's not just simple. I do make some innovations. I went ahead and Hello World. This it's this is Hello World. This is my Hello World. Okay, so here was the problem. I was at the command line and I said, I don't like scripting languages. I can't remember them. They are for administrators, they're for vocational people. I look down. I think all real programmers make fun of scripting languages. So I said, at the command line, I want C. And so I said, let there be C. And this, I said, okay, if there's a statement outside a function, it compiles and executes immediately. And I said, okay, I want default parameters from C++. Then I said, okay, do I really need parentheses? Oops. Okay, so that's how I changed the language. I call it Holy C. It's divine intellect. You can type, well, that's just silly. It's silly typing functions at the command line. But anyway, so another thing is I said, if it hits a string, when it parses a statement, send that to printf, not putS, printf. So technically, this is a hello world. I don't like to show that because it looks like a scripting language, but it's not. It's so good it looks bad. Anyway, so this is how I like to show hello world. So let's explain this. We're at the command line. We say include test. Remember, this feeds into a C compiler, and so the way that I had to put the semicolon because it needs another token. Maybe, I don't remember. Does it? Yeah, it does. Okay. Anyway, so you don't even do. Okay, so this is it compiles this, and then this is a statement outside. So if you think about it, main with argv is kind of a kludge. There's a pure way of doing it, which is to we have white man error no is African ingenuity. We have exceptions. Come on. So at the command line we have exceptions. So we can do this. This is so much better than Unix. We say, so we can include that. Now we say main 2, 3, and we get 5. Okay, so if we want exceptions, I don't like the way exceptions are normally done. How about if I equals j, throw, I forgot how I do this. Okay, it gets better. Okay, so that, oops, oh, it doesn't like that. Oh yeah, it's a function. Oh, now we have an unused extra, what? Anyway, so we say, I think we say main 3, exception, what? So let me explain. So if you, it's 64-bit. So if you say here, move. If you know assembly language, you know that on occasion you have to enter a string, like BIOS. And in normal assembly language, you have to code it in hexadecimal. But just like the Motorola, it's kind of like Motorola order. So here was the inspiration. So I said, if I have instead of a character, I used the same parser for my Lex for the C in assembly. So I had a token for a character. And I said, whoa, what if I make a string up to 8 characters? I didn't explain that well. Anyway, long story short, call here. Now we have the there's the hex for that. So in other words, it's not really a big deal. I don't do Unicode. Let's just say, I don't know. I equals. I'm just trying to explain this thoroughly. Just to show some examples. Okay, so what's this going to do? It's going to print the hex for that. Now we hit F5. We don't have to mess with that. F5. Okay, so we got the hex. Now if we say %, this is where it gets interesting. % little c, hello. % big C, hello. Okay, so Ticketmaster liked to group 8 characters together in a register instead of a string. The overhead on doing the output dwarfs the saving, but never mind. Anyway, it's nice. So so we have shut up, birds. So we have vector graphics, sprite number 1. You do not choose the numbers. So let's say red, width 3, circle, color, green, circle. Okay. So we can put binary sprite data into text files. So text files have graphics. We can print them. You don't do this all that often, but Control R, pointer to sprite number 1. Okay, so escape. So we just printed at the command line. Now this, do you remember one of my goals was to reduce the ridiculous, I like to make it on a Apple II you said HDR, HColor, HLIN. Okay, anyway, I wanted that. So GR circle at the command line, and we pass the default device context. So look at this. In a single line of code, you can put graphics on the command line or in a program. Technically, we can say I64i 0i less than 600 I plus equals. I'll get rid of that. GR circle. We'll use the default device context I, I. Escape. Let's do F5. Okay, it looks like shit. Press the key. GR fill. DC fill. That's kind of funny. I don't know why. Okay. 0. What did I do? Why did we not get a whole bunch of them? DC. Come on, What happened? What the fuck? It's huge. What is your malfunction? You know, this is not it. But try equals 0, I less than 600, I plus equals 10. This, I don't know, probably before a fall. I don't know, how about 100, 100, 100? Okay, that's good. 100, 100, come on. It's huge. Why is I huge? What is your malfunction? Oh, there's a semicolon. Okay, now I got a little bit typo. Okay, so okay, anyway, normally you hit F5. So the way you do this, okay, so I was at the command line and I don't have a command line history. You can move up like a Commodore and hit carriage return again, but I wanted command line history, so I hit Control M, and this gets to a document with links with macros. So this is how I put my. It turns out that keyboard is not bad, it is not painful if it's cursor keys. If you're navigating with cursor keys, GUI is not any better. Cursor keys are fun. Cursor keys are not painful. They're not tedious. So this is just as good as a GUI. It's cursor keys. Anyway, these are anyway. So we go to games. Now, if we want to run the games, we can go to Rocket Science and hit F. This is just, you can change the background color. That's hit F5, and we do a crazy rocket. Okay, so I have an incredible interface that is just a few lines of code. So this is stored in a these files have binary data, and if they have .z, they're stored compressed. So people think it's encryption, but it's not. So it automatically unzips if you load a file with a .z. So they're stored individually. Believe it or not, it's not a cluster of files. A lot of people think it's a directory that's hidden. No, it's just a single file that's compressed, but it has binary data with text, so it's similar. Anyway, so it's really nice to, but what you really want to do is hymns. Adults should do hymns. Okay, so adults should do hymns. So that's God's temple.